we continue around one of the key themes that I think is highly interesting. The AOL founder, he coined this like the third wave. So what he's saying is basically now we're coming to a time and age where every single business and industry is becoming digital, where it's not about like the digital first businesses anymore, but where like other industries are transformed. And we had part of that theme yesterday when we had the conversation with the BCR CEO, with like talking about how we digitalize banking. And I think now we have like another massive industry. Peter has talked a little bit about this in terms of infrastructure and transportation. So now we're like going to move this over to the airline industry. And with that, I want to welcome Zafer on stage here to share with us his insights on how we can like digitalize the airline industry. Can they hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me? Not really.
I can, but I think maybe we have to like do a small tech check. Probably it's like on mute, I would suppose.
See, this working?
Okay,
fine.
perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It was in 1976, my first visit to Cluj, and the second one is this. I'm going to talk about another digital transformation project at Turkish Airlines, but this one is going crazy, huh? Oh, all right, it's going back to normal. What we have done. My presentation has 4 sections. In the first one, I'll go briefly about Turkish Airlines, and then I'll be talking about the CRES, our project, our product, and then what we have done as an internal marketing, and then a short demo, live demo, it's not a live demo, what this CRES is doing. Let's go to Turkish Airlines, if it works. Yeah, okay. This is Zafer Babur, it's me. I'm a father, I'm a son, and I'm a brother, everything. And on top, I studied at Istanbul Technical University. Later on, moved to University of Southern California. There I did my master's and a doctorate, and then Stanford, and then came back to Turkey, built a bank, and then financial institutions, you can name it. Now, I'm at Turkish Airlines. What I do here, I was in charge of all operation solutions, from crew to ground to flight to cargo, whatever you name it. Now we are changing the company from project house to product house. We are flying around the globe. We have 312 destinations. We're flying to Americas, we are flying to Africa, we are flying to Far East. We have right now 335 aircrafts, soon will be 500 by 2023, and we have 182 billion available seat capacity. And we have carried over 75 million in 2018, and we carried 1.4 million ton of cargo. So many of you heard of Istanbul Airport, new airport. We have already moved in there, and by 2023, we are expecting to carry so many passengers with 500 aircrafts. We are expecting over 30 million revenue. After this short intro, I'll go to CRES. So, what is CRES? You know it. It's green stuff, and Hippocrates used it. It's very interesting product, accelerates your metabolism. And it's for food of the century. So we named our product CRES. The other day I was in Munich, and looking around, I saw mutants of CRES. CRES stands for Crew Self-Service. And it eases the workload of our captains and cabin crew. It's such an integrated platform. Earlier, our staff was using this paper stuff, and after that, we moved to kiosks. They have to show their card. And now, with their mobile phone, The checking process is so simple. While they're walking, our beacons recognize, and they're already checked in. So what it did for us, it improved a lot. I mean, our process became leaner, and the controls and then those checkpoints, everything removed. Entire thing is on mobile platform. It saved a lot of time from my cabin crew, captains, and then ground staff. It increased my customer satisfaction. Younger generation, they love to play with their mobile phone, and they do everything with their mobile. So entire thing is shifting from paper-based to mobile-based. And then it accelerated our process. They don't have to be in the queue. They can be anywhere in the crew garden. We have a garden, it's called crew garden. Entire crew comes in, and from there they go to their aircraft, assigned aircraft. So it's such a platform, they do whatever they need to do for flight on their mobile. I have behind me, okay, it works. The structure. You see here, I have my cockpit and cabin. They're working on CRES, and they have a connection to mobile cabin assistant. They have a connection to my training platform. They have a connection to my flight plans, and all thing seamlessly connected. My flight operations AGM can have the data in his hand. So underneath, right here, hoping that you're seeing, my cabin staff, right here, he's at home. He can log into web, and he can see his flight, or he can use his mobile phone, and he goes to gate, he does the checking, and then he gets onto a plane, and plane lands, he does all these things, and then he goes home. All these time scale as on my mobile phone, on their mobile phone. When we started, we said the very first thing we have to do is the checking part. Now, after that, they have to see their roster. Where I'm flying, when I'm flying, whom am I flying with? It's an important thing, because we have over 10,000 cabin crew and over 4,000 cockpit crew. They always fly with different team members. They have to know it's not possible every time you fly in the same aircraft or a similar aircraft. So it changes. Those from the airline business, they know it. So you have to send the notifications to each of them. There's a thing changes every single moment. And they have to get in those heavy papers. Back then, remember captains? They were carrying a big luggage with them. Now with electronic flight bag and with this, they don't have to. All entire thing is in their pocket. And then we said, all right, next thing is profiling, and then performance, and then they have preferences. And the second stage, what we did was bidding. Okay, I'm flying, but on that day, my sister is getting married. Is there anybody who wants to exchange with me his flight? With this one, it's available. You can exchange. You can bid. Okay, I don't want to fly on Bayrams. Bayrams is holidays, religious holidays in Turkey. So they can exchange. And then they have a portal. You can have your training from your mobile phone. Training is quite important in airline business. Every 6 months you have refreshment trainings and simulators. Things change, and then you have to read. So You're mobile while on the flight or on the ground, anywhere in the world, you can study. So what is behind? Here's the schema. Where am I getting what? There are source systems. As Turkish Airlines, we are on SAP as an enterprise resource planning. And then there's cabin management system. And then there's health system. And there's SharePoint. We're getting all data into another database. That's called CrewDB. And crew services is fed from CrewDB. And then it goes over Access Manager and then mobile apps or web. So let's go a bit to technical part. How have we done it? So we are using the beacons, and our beacons cover like 10 square meter. I put 2 beacons next to each other in case of one of them goes down, the other one will be up. And then it operates with 3-volt batteries like this, batteries. And some of my stuff has iOS, some of my stuff has Android, both available. For database, I used Oracle 11G, and mockups, I used Balsamic. For testing, I have internal testing platform plus Selenium. And there are some stats I would like to share with you. Our stuff like iOS more than Android. And cabin stuff was early adapter. But interestingly enough, my first officers, they love it more than anybody else. So it's like almost close to 90%, 83%. When we first started, they were kind of hesitant. And I'll come to that one, how we manage them to get into this platform. We did internal marketing. Marketing is quite important, and there's another one. Another important thing is the testing. I'll come to that one as well. So the very first thing we did was this one. All information is in your pocket flyers. We wanted to convince them that this is going to ease their lives. And then we have a flight magazine. In that flight magazine, this gentleman right here on top, Ilker, is a good friend of mine. He's the cabin support manager. He himself flies at the same time. He's on the ground. He wrote this article, and he told them how easy and what they can do with it. And we have another magazine called Empathy, and we put it in there too. These pictures are from our launch. These ladies here are cabin crew. And then we made a big party. As you see, I'm right there. Our AGM, Serdar Ali, and our previous AGM, he's in charge of flight operations, Levent. And a lady here right there, Nevina Cholak, she's in charge of our cabin. She's like a general. She manages over 10,000 people. And then we took their opinion. What do you say about it? And then we include that one into our magazine. All our captains, they talked about this one, and they really appreciate it. And the most important thing is word of mouth. They were telling to each other how good it is and how they've done it, etc. The second one is testing. It's really important, as you all know. I mean, the content is king, okay, fine. Speed is fine, but you have to test. First of all, you have to tell them what you are going to bring them. It's going to ease their life. They have to buy in. Early engagement is quite important. And then, as you see, launch ceremony is important. it resides in their memories. And then make sure that it works continuously. There's no interruption. Customer support. When they have a problem, you have to be right there. You have to be holding their hands, because this is a new product. And data, solid data. If there's a glitch, if you lead them in the wrong direction, they'll never use it. Some people, they really like to pour data onto them. No, that's no. Whatever they need, simple. As they are saying, KISS. Keep it simple and stupid. Don't pour so much data in. They're going to be lost. And then we included short videos. How am I going to do this? Like frequently asked question. And then it had a video. It was showing only text. They're going to be lost. With live video, they're good. And then the icons we used, they were very descriptive, not taken from somewhere unrelated. They were related. And then another important part was surprises. Oh, by the way, if you stay till the end of this presentation, we have a surprise too. There's a drawing. We are open. We listen to them. They suggested so many things. Every time I fly, I go to cabin people and captains as well. And I ask them how they are using, what they need more. Because sometimes they are kind of hesitant. They don't want to give a ride because they complete their jobs and then they go back. But when you go to them, they're open. They really tell you what they want. And then on the spot, you observe them. We made several flights with them. And then we observed how they are doing it. And then we improved our product. So I have the product right here, hoping that I'm going, oops. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing has a, okay. Started. Thank you. This is our intro. As I said, we made really good advertisement within the organization. Internal marketing was an important part of it. You'll see functions. They fly to different stations. You see over 120 countries, and each country has its own unique requirement, and every time it changes, all they have to do, they look at their phone and they get the latest information, and they can download it from Apple Store or Google Play. Thank you so much for listening. Now, as I promised, there's the surprise part. And may I have my friend? All right, here she comes. All right, thank you. You see what we have done? We have a booth outside. And we said, if you fill out for our forms, and lucky one will have 2 round trip to Turkey with Turkish Airlines from Cluj. So I'm going to draw 1, right? 1, yes. Unfortunately. So I'm going to close my eyes. Which one should I check? Choose. All right. The lucky one, if I can read, let me read. It's not clear. Oh, yeah, it's clear. Is this the last name?
Yes.
Laura Helen. The lucky one is Laura Helen. Is she in the room? I cannot see her. Laura Helen. How do I read the first name? Bungardian Toth?
Bungardian Toth.
No?
Okay.
Should I?
Yes, we're gonna give her a phone call later on. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.